Just wanted to quickly record this video whilst the memory of the day is just like fresh in my head and whilst I'm in a good mood and I'm feeling great. So the day started off today. I have to explain it by starting off from last night. And last night I done something a little bit irresponsible, which was I stayed up and I watched some Netflix. I only watched like an hour. My intention was to kind of like go to sleep at around like 1 a.m, maybe 1:30, something of that nature. But I ended up going to sleep at 6 a.m, which is really bad. I just couldn't go to sleep for like the next, for literally the whole night. After I was done watching Netflix, I went on my laptop and I started watching some YouTube videos of like, I think one was like my first solo trip in Chicago. And then the second one was like, it was like my solo trip in Edinburgh. And I guess those are just places like I kind of want to visit, and like the whole like solo travel thing seems like really interesting. I'm scared someone's gonna tell me like I need to get off the platform or something, but we'll just have to kind of push on. 6 a.m. I saw dawn come in through the windows. So I woke up really late today. Today was meant to be kind of like a cozy, relaxing day. So I skipped gym again. So this is actually my second day skipping gym. I woke up, I made myself breakfast. I went outside and I made coffee, and I went outside to read Harry Potter just as a little way of relaxing. Then after reading Harry Potter, I came back inside, and there's this lecture series that I'm going through on YouTube. Its aim is health, but it's in doing so, it's a comprehensive guide on how the body works. So it's really interesting. So I'm just going through that. I spent about an hour doing that. And then the kind of day kind of faded into like, it kind of like got all mushed together, and because like I was unproductive, like I wasn't as focused and motivated to do like other things. I wanted to do my project work, for instance, but I kind of like procrastinated and didn't go on that. I also done a lot of like scrolling on LinkedIn, not even like Instagram or something, LinkedIn, because I don't have Instagram. It was just kind of meant to be like a relaxing at home cozy day today, making coffee, having lunch. I'm not having to worry about things like that. It's my second day doing that, so I'm not too happy about it being my second day, but you know, it's okay. You know, I do need a rest. But saying that, I think I don't want to do this again. I kind of didn't do anything productive for the rest of the afternoon. I then had boxing at 6 to 7, which I thought would be a great idea because it kind of like get me in the spirit of things, if that makes sense. Like lectures, I wasn't like in a very like motivated mood to like do something else. Like I was saying, the project work, I kind of procrastinated. So I thought boxing was going to be a really good thing. I haven't been outside much, and obviously I woke up midday, so boxing would be a nice way for me to get out of the house and do like some physical activity. So I went into boxing, and boxing was great.
Stand behind the yellow line for your own safety.
I thought he was talking. I thought he was talking about me. Boxing was great because of two things, because today was actually a good session. I got there early and I trained really hard, and I literally looked like I was gonna like pass out, and it felt like I was gonna pass out, but I tried really well and I pushed really hard, and like I made some mistakes last time, so which is fine, and I didn't feel as good, but then this time I kind of like learned from those mistakes, and I kind of like implemented those mistakes, and I was so much better because of it. So I was really happy about that. Also, another thing that I was really happy about is, in the last video I talked about, you know, what I talked about, and kind of like understanding that and kind of like having that knowledge about that kind of made me more aware of like these things. I talked about like the map by which I see the world, how I think other people are thinking, how like the map I use allows me to understand other people. And because of that understanding, because I know it's a flawed understanding, and I know because that's the reason I was able to just be so much more social, so much more friendly, you know, in this kind of setting. Because okay, let me rephrase this. Because I was able to understand this map of the world and how to understand people, and because it was wrong, like I was able, like the social skills came so much easier. Like when I saw the coach, I said like, hey, how you doing? Like I spotted him and everything. I didn't think like, oh, this guy's like a coach and I'm like not as good as a boxer, and he's got like a tight knit of friends, and me going up to him and like saying hello, that's like me infringing upon his like community, and me like enforcing myself on him. And like there was another coach who looked after me, like today she was saying some stuff you know, like put your hands up above your head so you can breathe properly and things like that. And on the way out, like I said, goodbye coach, and normally I kind of just would have left. And when I said like goodbye coach, I was kind of expecting her to just kind of like ignore me, because that's that's the way I kind of like see things, if that makes sense. But obviously I tried to like, and because I think she's going to ignore me, like I'll just kind of like lower my voice a little bit. But because like I tried to change my thinking, I kind of like said it, so like I said it a bit more confidently. So and then like there was another guy who I know from uni, and he was there, and like I went up to him and I was talking to him, and it wasn't like hi and then like I quickly ran away. Like I went there and I sat next to him, and this guy, he's like a strong guy, and he's someone who like, you know, he's a really good boxer, so I kind of like respect him and I admire him, and like I don't see myself as my equal to him. So like in the past I would have like not just him specifically, but just like people like that, like I would have just like lowered myself, and I wouldn't have like not in a humble way, like in a self-deprecating manner, I would have like lowered myself. But like today I just saw him like as not as an equal, but just like as my friend. Like I just spoke to him, like I went to him, sat down to him, smiled with him, had like a nice relaxed conversation. So yeah, it was just really nice. So that's why I'm in a good mood today, because I trained really hard and I was more social, which was great. And yeah, I spotted the coach, I said goodbye to the other coach, and yeah man, like even in the changing room, like when I was leaving, like there were some other boxers there a lot better than me, but when I was going I was like, bye guys, like take care, like, you know. So I didn't think of myself like, oh, I have to like put my head down and like things like that. So I just felt great. So thank you for watching.